Well, like I said, I don't have any music planned for this one. So.
I mean, maybe like can you hear like the kettle?
Now we'll just do what we did before.
The kettle. Could be the music. I don't like this version of Sugar Plum Fairies. It gives me a friction. Wait, I don't like this one. This one's giving me flashbacks.
Oh, fuck. Are you gonna finish that tea?
Yeah.
Fucking...
It's like 2 sips.
Alright. I just go into this fucking thing now. Where the fuck are you, Carmen? You get your fucking ass...
I'm vibing.
Get your fucking ass over here. Let me move this lamp.
That is very...
Fuck me. Jesus Christ,
bright.
what is this? Feels like a fucking God of War 3.
So what you're gonna do is...
Fuck me, Carmen.
Yo, that would have like go to the back.
No, because otherwise I can't... Fucking hell. Alright. Come get in.
Okay.
Close the door so no ghosts can sneak up on us while we read.
If they're ghosts, they can phase through the walls.
I don't give a fuck. Maybe they're polite ghosts.
Okay.
Maybe they'll fucking knock. They can't even fucking read this. It's like...
You chose this.
Right. We're going to be reading Grimm's Fairy Tales. I've got several questions already about what this guy's motivations are.
I'm scared.
You should be fucking scared. Come on, what else is on this? You just got some fucking... I don't know what they're playing at.
Wait, let me see.
Can we just like...
I think...
That's better.
There's a struggle. I
Right.
don't like how he looks.
So, this book... I got this book for like £40 in Penrith at a bookshop. And I thought, oh, I've got to have it. Some of the tales in this book, the Golden Goose, the Wishing Table, the Golden Ass. So that's good, isn't it? The Mouse, the Bird, and the Sausage. It's a lot of like carry on. So we got the Fox's Brush, the Fisherman and his Wife.
I'm mostly excited for the Golden Ass.
The 12 Brothers, Briar Rose, the Raven, Fitz and his friends. Where's Rumpelstiltskin? That's the one. There it is. Rumpelstiltskin. Page 122. So
why is it in 3 parts?
it's just like splitting up his name is helpful, isn't it? For the
No.
like mine would be, instead of like Sam, you'd have just one little dash.
Why do you need multiple dashes for one syllable word?
Fuck you, Carmen. That's why.
Oh.
I can't read this book, but I can fuck your bitch.
That's what the guy on the front saying. No, I go back to the other.
I can't steal your gold, but I can fuck you. Right. I'm making tea.
Oh, I see a knot.
A noont. Oh shit.
Hi, knot.
We got a... Oh shit, hang on a minute. Notice me, Silver Star Epic. You've been noticed. Thank you very much. Right. So you're reading the first one, Carmen. Because I want to make tea. Or maybe I'll tell you what. Right.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
Now give me a second. I can do this. Okay, I'll start.
There you go.
How long's the Golden Goose?
I don't know.
It's not that long. I'll start with the golden... Oh, fuck me. Okay, yeah. What the fuck's that goat doing?
Just show that, please.
He is not having that shit, man.
Oh, that was very blurry.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh.
They can use their imagination. Okay, that's what this stream's all about, imagination. Okay, are we ready? Let me just look.
Said faking gay.
Yeah, well, it's the nature of a book, isn't it? Okay, here we go. The Golden Goose. There was a man who had 3 sons. The youngest was called Dummling. Nothing wrong about that. Which is much the same as Dunderhead. Fucking hell. For all thought he was more than half a fool. And he was at all times mocked and ill-treated by the whole household. Is she the voice of Lucy Lacemaker? Hey Carmen, give us a Lucy impression.
Yeehaw.
Boy,
howdy.
That's not Lucy.
It is now.
Okay. It happened that the eldest son took into his head one day to go into the wood to cut fuel, and his mother gave him a nice pasty and a bottle of wine to take with him, that he might refresh himself at his work. As he went into the wood, a little old man bid him good day and said, "Give me a little piece of meat from your plate,
Why is he Fontaine?
and a little wine from your bottle.
Why is he Fontaine?
For I am very hungry and thirsty." Wine's not the thing to go if you're thirsty, is it? I imagine wine would make you... I'm not a fan of wine, but whenever I have wine, it burns the shit out of my mouth. But this clever young man said, "Nay!" Oh, he didn't say that. That's just me getting overly enthusiastic. He said...
He didn't say nay.
He said, Give you my meat and wine? No, I thank you. I should not have enough left for myself. And he went away. He soon began to cut down a tree. Fucking... Not a Greta Thunberg has anything to say about it.
Oh no.
But he had not foreseen...
Oh my god.
What?
The picture. That one.
Jesus.
He's just rounding them up.
Okay.
Wait. What the fuck is with that goose?
He's just... I don't know.
That's not a goose.
That's a goose, Carmen.
No.
You can't...
Where is his head?
I don't fucking know, alright? He's trying his best. Where the fuck am I up to? But he had not worked long before he missed his stroke. He missed his stroke and cut himself. God, it's like that thing from JonTron. What was his name? That motherfucker who killed
Johnny Janssen.
Johnny Janssen. Is this Johnny Janssen who shinned himself to death?
Yeah.
And was forced to go home to have the wound dressed. Now that would have been the smartest thing rather than haunting a Toys R Us. Now it was the little old man that sent him this mischief. Okay, I didn't know that. Next went out the second son to work, and his mother gave him too a pasty and a bottle of wine. And the same little old man met him also and asked him for something to eat and drink. But he thought to himself very clever and said, "The more you eat, the less there would be for me. So go your way." The little man took care that he too should have his reward. And the second stroke that he aimed at the tree hit him on the leg. That's two Johnny Janssens.
He's gonna die.
God, they're wiping out the whole family. So that he too was forced to go home. Then Dummling, I'm not getting over that name, said, "Father, I should like to go to cut wood too." But his father said, "Your brothers have both lamed themselves."
Why does he have that voice?
Silence.
Oh.
"You had better stay at home, for you know nothing about the business of wood cutting." Not much to it, to be fair. But Dummling was very pressing. Where you going? Fuck you going?
You go around here. Like, you can use this for wood cutting.
That's a sword.
Yeah, that you stole from Essie.
Well, she forgot to take it. Essie, if you're watching the stream, your sword's here.
Sam stole your sword.
I didn't steal your sword.
He put it in my room whenever you went to go get your belongings.
That is a filthy fucking lie.
I'm calling you out on your stream.
Where the fuck am... But Dummling was very pressing, and at last his father said, "Go your way! You will be wiser when you have smarted for your folly." And his mother gave him only some dry bread and a bottle of sour beer. Jesus. But when he went into the wood, he met the little old man, who said, "Give me some meat and drink, for I am very hungry and thirsty." Dummling said, "I have..." What was his voice again? Oh, yeah. "I have only dry bread and sour beer. If that will suit you, then we will sit down and eat it, such as it is, together." So they sat down, and when the lad pulled out his bread, behold, it was turned into a rich pasty, and his sour beer, when they tasted it, it was delightful wine. They ate and drank heartily. Sorry?
I was adding sound
You got something to say to the class?
Adding sound effects. It's the slurping of the wine. Oh.
That's my sound effect, because they just drank the wine, so it works, doesn't it?
I give it a 2.
Fuck you.
A whole ass 2.
Trying to entertain these people with this book. You don't fucking mind. What the fuck was I up to again? Oh yeah. And when they had done, the little man said, "As you have a kind heart, and I have been willing to share everything with me,
I will send a blessing upon you. There stands an old tree. Cut it down and you will find something at the root.
Then he took his leave and went on his way. Dummling found an old rusty turd at the bottom and realised he'd been swindled. The end.
Look at an F.
Nah, we'll see what Dummling gets, you know. That little old Dummling.
Why does he remind me of Dougal?
Father Dougal Maguire. Honestly, I think Dummling was the lame one, wasn't he? So, this cow is small. Those cows are far away. Dummling set to work and cut down the tree, and when it fell, he found a hollow under the roots and a goose with feathers of pure gold. He took it up and went to a little inn by the roadside, where he thought to sleep the night on his way home. Now the landlord had 3 daughters, and when they saw the goose, they were very eager to look what this wonderful bird could be, and wished very much to pluck one of the feathers out of its tail. As the eldest said,
I must and I will have a feather.
So she waited till Dummling had gone. Wait. Oh, that's the daughter. She's a heavy smoker. So she waited till Dummling had gone to bed, and then seized the goose by the wing. But to her great wonder, there she struck. For neither hand nor finger could she get away again. Jesus. Then came the second sister, and thought to have her a feather too. But the moment she touched her sister, there she too hung fast. Okay. At last came the third, and she also wanted a feather. But the other 2 tried,
Keep away! For the heaven's sake, keep away!
However, she did not understand what they meant. If they are there, thought she, I may as well be there too. So she went up to them, but the moment she touched her sisters, she struck fast and hung to the goose as they did. What the fuck just happened there? Did the goose just kill those people?
The goose.
I'm a little confused.
He showed English.
I'm aware.
Not really.
Oh, this book's probably like fucking. I don't know.
It's fairly modern.
Well,
I mean, it sounds more modern.
it was expensive when like £40 for a book. Let's find out if there's a date on here.
£40? That's a lot of money.
It is for a book. That's why I'm thinking it might be a bit old. I mean, it looks old. And then again, looks on everything. That's gonna be deceiving.
Was that a publishing date?
Fucking.
What?
1936.
Yeah, it's not that old.
It's not that old. What the fuck? Okay. So she went up to them, but the moment she touched her sister, she struck fast and hung to the goose as they did. And so they kept company with the goose all night. Oh. Well, they stuck to the goose. Is that it? Or they just like... Oh, okay. And so they kept the goose company all night in the cold. The next morning, Dummling got up and carried the goose under his arm. With the sisters in tow? I guess not. He took no notice at all of the 3 girls. Oh shit, that explains the picture. They're all stuck to the goose. That's a fucking rip. We're on a live stream, aren't we? Oh, I forgot this shit was live, honestly.
I don't remember this version. The only version of the golden goose I remember was like the goose lays a golden egg, and then they're just kind of like, if we cut it open and just take its eggs, we'll be good forever.
Well, let's find out. But went out with them sticking fast behind. So whenever he travelled, they too were forced to follow. Jesus.
You're coming with me. It's my goose. More fucking goose.
Whether they would go or no, as fast as their legs could carry them. So it's near the end,
What the hell is that thing?
I have no idea. Like, we're near the end now, so like, I'm this better be like, you know, one hell of a fucking ending.
I don't like that. Are those mosquitoes?
We'll find out, Colin. In the middle of a field, the parson met them, and said he saw the train. And when he saw the train, he said, "Are you not ashamed of yourselves, you bold girls,
to run after a young man in that way over the fields? Is that good behaviour? Then he took the youngest by the hand and led her away.
She's dead.
We're not gonna fucking say
She's
anything about
fucking
that.
dead.
We're gonna remain silent on that endeavour.
Oh.
But as soon as he touched her, he too hung fast and followed. Jesus Christ, he's abducting the whole village.
And we roasted them. Their meat was tasty.
I don't think it says that.
It does. It says right there. I'm messing. I'm joking, of course.
I'm angry
And
that
followed-
I looked.
And followed the train, though sorely against his will. For he was not. Did the guy not notice? What the fuck was his name? Rumbler, Dougal, Dumbling.
His
Did he,
name-
did he not notice that there's
He's
a
Dougal, dude.
fuck? Okay. Though sorely against his will, for he was not. He was not only in a rather good plight, but for running fast. But just then he had a little touch of the gout in the great toe of his right foot. By and by, up came the clerk, and when he saw his master, the parson, running after the three girls, he wondered greatly and said, "Holla, holla, your reverence! Whither so fast?" Jesus Christ, this must look like some strange affair indeed. "There is a christening today." Then he ran up and took him by the gown. Then, lo and behold, he stuck fast too. I don't remember this.
Remember it now.
I
just want to know what that thing is.
Well, we're gonna find out, won't we? Is this gonna be like some? Are they gonna die
It's gonna have a fucking Shyamalan twist to it.
by the gown? Okay. As the five were thus trudging along, one behind another, they met two labourers. Fuck me, with their mattocks. Sorry.
Is that the laborer?
I have no idea. It looks like a pixie. Coming from work. Then the parson cried out lustily to them to help him. But scarcely had they laid their hands upon him, then they too fell into rank. And so they made 7, all running together after Dumbling and his goose. Did Dumbling not question this? Now Dumbling thought he would see a little of the world before he went home, and so his train journeyed on, till at last they came to the city, where there was a king who had only one daughter. The princess was off, and so thoughtful and moody, a turn of mind that no one could make her laugh. And the king had made known to all the world that whoever would make her laugh should have her for his wife. Jesus. Then the young man heard this. He went to her with his goose and all his train. As soon as she saw all 7 hanging together, running along, treading on each other's heels, she could not help bursting into a long and loud laugh. Then Dumbling claimed her for his wife and married her, and he was the heir to the kingdom and lived long and happy with his wife. But what became of the goose and the goose's tail? I could never hear.
I never got an answer to
Wait, what the fuck? Wait a minute, you're
What
telling
the
me
hell
this
is that
motherfucker just fucking kidnaps a bunch of people with his fucking goose that doesn't even lay an egg and marries this fucking bint in the kingdom? It's like, fucking kid's mine now!
What the hell is that thing?
Fucking give me your fucking kingdom! Me fucking goose!
This is all I have for defense.
That was the first.
I just want...
What the fuck was that in? That was like Game of Thrones level shit, that.
No, I want to share this thing. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, hang on, I'll have to... Wait.
I don't know where your
Hold it
camera's
up.
at.
Hang on, let me focus it. What the fuck is that?
That's not a fucking goose.
That's just a picture?
He's just vibing.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just return.
Oh, that's very blurry.
You're reading the next one. Can you pass me my sheet? Pass it to me! Ah!
Trying. Oh yeah, it's the gold ass.
Right, you're reading this one while I make tea.
Hello.
Do you want a fresh cup of tea, Karen?
Yes, please.
I will make you a fresh cup of tea.
Thank you.
Mwah.
That's gay.
Carmen, that's. Oh, fuck! I'm gonna put this sword over here so I don't slice off my toes.
Please don't die.
Carmen, if I should see a trail of ye merry men trundling along with a golden goose, remind me not to place my hand upon its golden arse, for I too will be added to the line.
I'll do it.
Ah! Okay. How many sugars would you take in your tea?
2. I don't know an amount.
Okay.
An amount.
An amount, okay.
Just yeah.
Oh, by the way, before I leave to make the tea, I want to show everyone what we got today.
What's this? Oh Jesus Christ!
So we went to see the Sonic movie, and there was a hook machine, and we won 2 Sonics. Gotta go fast.
I will fight you with these.
Gotta go fast.
Eat my ass. Eh.
Ow.
I just want to like point out the
Ugh.
worst thing. Oh shit!
Ah!
I'm not even.
What?
Sam, your camera's fucking weird.
I don't give a fuck. Go on.
Fucking, you won them right before we won. You won them right before we went into the Sonic film, and like, you wanted me to hold them and put them in my purse, and then I'm having to have the fucking shame of having the fucking goddamn Sonic dolls with
She
me.
walked into the Sonic theater
That's
with
fucking-
with 2 Sonics in her handbag, and the hostesses were looking at her like, "Wow, this must be some fucking next level Sonic fan."
And it's like, no,
Did you enjoy the movie, Carmen?
it was cute.
I'm glad. I'm gonna make that tea. You
Gonna-
read the golden ass.
That is what I will do. I'm also gonna read the stream chants. Oh, someone just brought up eating ass. Also, this goat, he's like, how does this work? I don't know how to focus Sam's camera, but he looks very, very disturbed. Right? Okay. A long time ago, there lived a tailor who had 3 sons, but only 1 goat. And as the goat supplied the whole family with milk, she had to be well fed and taken daily to the pasture. This the sons did in turn. One day, the eldest son led her into the churchyard, where he knew there was a fine herbage to be found, and there let her browse and skip about till evening. It being then time to return home, he said to her, "Goat, have you had enough to eat?" And the goat answered, why does the goat have fancy text? The rest of the text is like normal. Why does the goat get fancy text?
What the fuck?
Yeah, just like
Oh yeah. Oh, we
the
should.
goat's fucking bougie.
We'll read the super chats after this story. But yeah,
Oh.
damn, that goat. Maybe it's Satan. That makes sense because he's like he would.
No, the goat's a whammon.
Oh well.
Yeah. Well, Satan's a she.
Maybe it's God.
God's a whammon. I have eaten so much, not a leaf can I touch. Man. Well, come along home then, said the boy, and he led her by the cord around her neck back to the stable and tied her up. Oh, all I can imagine is just like with the fucking... He just has this poor goat on a noose and is just dragging her. I feel bad for this goat. Okay. Well, said the old tailor, has the goat had her proper amount of food? Why, she has eaten so much, not a leaf can she touch, answered the son. The father, however, thinking he should like to assure himself of this, went down to the stable, patted the animal, and said caressingly, Goat, have you really had enough to eat? And the goat answered, How can my hunger be What? Okay, the text is too fancy for my little flup eyes. How can my hunger be allayed? About the little graves I played, and who could not find a single blade, man. What does this say here? Cried the tailor, and running upstairs to his son. You young liar, he exclaimed, to tell me the goat had enough to eat, and all the while she is starving? And overcome with anger, he took his yard measures down from the... Oh... He took his yard measures down from the wall and beat his son out of doors. His son's fucking dead. Oh. The next day it was the second son's turn. I don't like where this is going. The second son's not gonna have a good time.
Hey Carmen,
Sam.
how is the magical children's story coming along?
I don't like this story.
How-
The
what's
goat's
it-
kind of a bitch.
Has someone been?
No, the goat's lying and getting people, like, beaten by their fathers. I don't like it.
That's Jesus.
Okay.
Maybe Disney will adapt it.
I hope they don't change the name. They need to keep it to be the Golden
They'll
Age.
probably censor it to the golden backside.
This thing's fucked.
Yeah, it's... I don't like your camera. It's strange.
Well, maybe my camera doesn't like you.
That's a shame. Okay. The next day, it was his second son's turn, and he found a place near the garden hedge where they were the juiciest plants for the goats to feed upon, and she enjoyed them so much that she ate them all up. Before taking her home in the evening, he said to her, "Goat, have you had enough to eat?" And the goat answered, "I have eaten so much, not a leaf can I touch, man. Why is the goat just calling him man?
Because the goat's got fucking problems, okay?
Oh. I relate
What are you
to
up
this
to?
goat. "Come along home then," said the boy, and he led her away to the stable and tied her up. "Well," said the old tailor, "has the goat had her proper amount of food? Why, she has eaten so much, not a leaf can she touch." The goat's gonna do the same thing and get this other son fucking beaten to death by his dad. Okay. Oh, well, Taylor, whatever. But the tailor was not satisfied with this, and he went down to the stable. "Goat, have you really had enough to eat?" he asked, and the goat answered, "How can my hunger be allayed? About the little graves I played, and I could not find a single blade, man.
This goat's a cunt.
Yeah, this goat's a fucking asshole.
Oh! Get his fat coming! The golden acid! The
Fuck this goat.
comedy!
Okay. "The shameless young rascal," cried the tailor, "to let an innocent animal like this starve!" And he ran upstairs and drove the boy from the house with the yard measure. It was now the third son.
Like, just didn't dig into any detail there. It's just like he fucking died.
He's fucking dead. He's fucking dead. That's my headcanon. This tailor needs to go to prison. It was now the third son's turn, who, hoping to make things better for himself, let the goat feed on the leaves of all the shrubs he could pick out that were covered with the richest foliage. "Goat, have you had enough to eat?" he said as the evening fell, and the goat answered, "I have eaten so much, not a leaf can I touch, man. "Come along home then," said the boy, and he took her back and tied her up. "Well," said the old tailor, "has the goat had her proper amount of food?" "Why, she's eaten so much, not a leaf can she touch," answered the boy. But the tailor felt mistrustful and went down to ask, "Goat, have you really had enough to eat?" And the mischievous animal answered, "How can my hunger be allayed? About the little graves I played, and who cannot find a single blade, man. "Oh, what a pack of liars," cried the tailor. "One as wicked and deceitful as the other, but they shall not make a fool of me any longer." Dude, this guy's fucking like, he has some problems. He's like beating these people to death over a goat. I mean, he thinks that the goat talks. They all think that the goat talks.
If they've got a talking goat,
They're struggling. They should send it to the circus. Where the fuck was I?
does this exist? This is in the universe of Shrek.
No, they have these in Alabama.
They have talking goats in Alabama.
Yeah, they're very common. They like to sing. And beside himself with anger, he rushed upstairs and so belabored his son. With the yard measure, and that boy fled from the house.
But I don't fucking blame him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's like, his fucking brothers are getting beaten to death. God damn it. And the old tailor was now left alone with his goat. The following morning, he went down to the stable and stroked and caressed her. We need to take this goat away from him.
Fuck's sake, man.
This isn't helping whenever I said we had talking goats in Alabama. This is fucking... I'm just fucking up my own reputation. Okay. "Come along, my pet," he said.
Where are you from, Colin? Where are you from? What state are you from?
It's not Alabama.
Okay.
"Come along, my pet," he said. "I will take you out my shelf today." And he led her by the green hedgerows and the weed-grown banks. Weed-grown banks, and wherever he knew that goats loved to feed. You shall eat to your heart's content for once, he said to her, and so let her browse till evening. Goat, have you had enough to eat? He asked her at the close of the day, and she answered, I have eaten so much. Not a leaf can I touch, man. Come along, come along home then, said the tailor, and he led her to the stable and tied her up. He turned around, however, before leaving her, and said once more, You have really had enough to eat for once. But the goat gave him no better answer than her usual one, and replied, How can my hunger be allayed? About the little graves I've played, and could not find a single blade. Man. This goat is spooky.
You're spooky.
Okay, on hearing this, the tailor stood, struck dumb with astonishment. He saw now how unjust he had been in driving away his sons.
Trusting a goat over the world.
Your sons are fucking dead, except for that one that ran away. God damn it.
The wolves got to him.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, alright. When he found his voice, he cried, Wait, you ungrateful creature, it is not enough to drive you away, but I will put such a mark upon you that you will not dare to shew your face again among honest tailors. And so saying, he sprang upstairs. Okay.
How long is this one?
I have no idea.
Oh my god, this one goes on. Oh, these.
No, it doesn't. That's a whole... Wait.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there was only like 2 more.
I thought, yeah. Wait.
Is this like branching out to a whole other thing?
Yeah, it's just like a fucking mini series.
How long is this one with the fucking goat? This is some bullshit.
Go on, Common.
I'm not reading the whole thing.
No.
That's like 14 more pages. I'm lazy.
Okay, finish.
I'll finish.
Finish.
I'll get to the land.
Get to this picture.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
pick up from the picture.
Okay, where was the first sentence? And so saying, he sprang upstairs, brought down his razor, lathered the goat's head all over, and shaved it till it was as smooth as the back of his hand. He probably had hairy hands. Then he fetched the whip. His yard measure he considered was too good
Fucking hell.
for such work, and dealt the animal such blows.
I feel bad for the goat now.
Who am I?
This is some violent shit.
I feel bad for... Okay, first the goat's a fucking asshole.
This is some
And
violent
then
shit.
Then the sons are like getting beaten by the... The tailor's just a fucking dick. He needs to go to prison. He beat his sons and drove one of them away, and now he's just beating a poor goat. And the goat's only crime was talking and only being able to say the same few sentences. Okay. And he dealt the animal such blows that she leaped into the air and away. Sitting now quite alone in his house, the tailor fell into a great melancholy and would gladly have had his sons back again. But no one knew what had become of them. We do.
Yeah.
They're 6 feet under.
They're maggot food.
Oh no. The eldest had apprenticed himself to be a joiner and had set himself cheerfully and diligently to learn his trade.
A ghostly joiner.
He's gonna die. They're all dead. All the sons, if they're not dead, they're ghost. So they're dead. When the time came for him to start as a journeyman, his master made him a present of the table, which was of ordinary wood, and to all outward appearance, exactly like any other table. That's fucking special.
Yeah. What you have there, my son, my young
You
apprentice,
have a table.
is a table.
I want a table.
It may look like any ordinary table because it is.
This is my table. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Wait a minute. That sounds like fucking God. What was it?
I don't know what that's from.
It wasn't Dunkirk. It was the other one about the guy that wouldn't take it. Like
I don't know what that reference is from.
Hacksaw Ridge. This is my rifle. There are many others like it, but this rifle is mine.
This desk is now mine.
No, that's my desk, Common.
It was here before you got here.
I stole it. Continue.
I think it was technically Alicia's. Okay, okay. It had, however, one good quality, for if anyone would set it down and said, Table, serve up... Oh my god. Table, serve up a meal. It was immediately covered with a nice fresh cloth, laid with a plate, knife, and fork.
What is
and
this?
dishes of boiled and baked meats, and many as there was room for, and a glass of red wine, which only...
Full Metal Jacket, that was it. Full Metal Jacket. Thank you.
Suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
What?
Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Okay, a plate, knife, and fork, and dishes of boiled and baked meats, as many as there was room for, and a glass of red wine, which only to look at made the heart rejoice. I already read all that. Oh. Oh, wait. Yeah, they already...
Thank you, Angela.
Thanks, Angela. Okay. I have enough now to last me as long as I live, thought the young man to himself, and accordingly he went about enjoying himself, not minding whether the inns he stayed at were good or bad, whether there was food to be had there or not. Sometimes it pleased him not to seek shelter within them, but to turn into a field or a wood or wherever else he fancied. When there, he put down his table and said, "Serve up a meal!" And he was at once supplied with everything it could desire in the way of food. After he had been going on about this for some time, he bethought them that he should He should like to go home again. I know how to read. I'm literate. His father's anger would by this time have passed away. You have passed away.
This is all a dream. This is him lying dead in a ditch, starving, thinking, if only there was a
He
table.
needs that psychic or whatever to come and tell him to see the
it's
light.
just the psychological degradation as he wishes for a table that could have...
I'm kind of just like browsing through. There's
Wait,
nothing more with the goat. The goat's gone.
Wait, oh. The mouse, the bird, and the sausage.
Why the fuck is there an anthropomorphic sausage?
Woo! That's not a normal...
I don't like that.
We'll show that to them when we get to it.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, by this time it passed away, and now that he had had a wishing table with him, he was sure of a ready welcome. He happened on his homeward way to come one evening to an inn full of guests. They bid him welcome and invited him to sit down with them and share their supper. Otherwise, they added, he would have a difficulty in getting anything to eat. But the joiner replied, "I will not take from you what little you have. I would rather that you should consent to be my guest." It's all about consent. It's all about that. Okay. Whereupon they all laughed, thinking he was only joking with them. He now put down his table in the middle of the room and said, "Table, serve up a meal." And in a moment it was covered with a variety of food of better quality than any of the host could have supplied, and a fragrant stream rose from the dishes and greeted the nostrils of the guests. "Now, French." "Well, too," said the young man, and the guests, seeing that the invitation was well intended, did not wait to be asked twice, but drew up their chairs.
I'm like this story. I'm just lost.
No, he has like the older son. He went away.
Oh yeah, he went
and
away
was
and built this table. What is it? The goat? Is the goat just fucked then?
No, the goat's fucking dead. The dad beat him to death.
I was kind of invested in the goat, to be honest.
The fucking goat's she's gone.
I thought this would be like a Theon
She's
Greyjoy sort of redemption story.
No, the table's probably serving up the goat.
Fuck.
Well,
damn.
Now friends fall too, said the young man, and the guests seeing that what the fuck? Okay. Seeing that the invitation was well intended, did not wait to be asked twice, but drew up their chairs and began vigorously to ply their knives and forks. What astonished them was the way in which, as soon as the dish was empty, another full one appeared in its place. That's fucking witchcraft.
Burn him.
Burn him at the stake. Okay, meanwhile the landlord was standing in the corner of the room, looking on. He did not know what to think of it all, but said to himself, "I can make good use of a cook like that." The joiner and his friends kept up the merriment late into the night, but at last they retired to rest, the young journeyman placing his table against the wall before going to bed. Landlord, however, could not sleep for thinking of what he had seen, and at last it occurred to him that was up in his lumber room. He had an old table, which was just as such another one to all appearance as the wishing table.
I'll take it up for me.
May I want to read the sentence? He crept away softly to fetch it, and put it up against the wall in place of the other. What the fuck is with his face?
They're all having a time. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Right. Okay. Here we go. Wall in place of another. We'll go through the super chats once we finish whatever the fuck this is.
How many? That's a lot of pages. I mean, you could probably stop at the picture or something. I don't know.
Wait.
I think it ended at 26, around page 14.
Oh, it's just 23.
I was close.
You were. Anyway, something funny, Colin?
No, I fucking spilled my tea on me. Leave me be.
When the morning came, the joiner paid for his night's lodging, took up his table and left, never suspecting that the one he was carrying was not his own. He reached home at midday and was greeted with joy by his father. "And now, dear son," said the old man, "what trade have you learned?" "I'm a joiner, father." I'm going for that David Tennant sort of "hello, father" from
No,
Harry
he
Potter.
has to be very. Oh, that David Tennant. I was gonna say if you're doing the other one, he has to be really sad and he's got to like look into the distance.
I don't want to go. No, I'm going for Bertie Crouch Jr. "I'm a joiner, father." "A capital business," responded the father. "And what have you brought home from your travels?" Ah, he picked up the wrong table. Now he's going to look a right dick in front of his old man.
And he's gonna get beaten to death.
I swear to
again.
Christ, if he gets beaten up again, I'm fucking, that's it.
God damn it.
"The best thing I have brought with me, father, is that table." The tailor carefully examined the table on all sides. "Well," he said at last, "you have certainly not brought a masterpiece back with you. It is a wretched, badly made old table." Fuck you! You've just murdered your entire family, and you're gonna fucking bitch about this guy's table.
Fuck this
At
man.
least this guy's bringing back some form of fucking
Whose
instrument.
fucking man's is this? Someone claim him.
"But it's a wishing table," interrupted his son. "If I put down and order a meal, it is at once covered with the best food and wine. If you would only invite your relations and friends, they shall, for once in their lives, have a good meal. For no one ever leaves this table unsatisfied." I don't know why I'm taking this voice now.
The fucking dad has no friends.
He beat them all to death. They're all skeletons in his cellar.
I think he'd get along well with Jade.
Fuck. When the guests were all... Fuck, he actually invited Jack. As if... "A wishing table, you say? Okay. Harry, get over here."
God fucking damn it.
He's got a lot of... And that's that little boy there. He's a little pig nose.
You should go.
Okay. When the guests were all assembled, he put his table down as usual and said, "Table, serve up a meal." But the table did not stir, and remained as empty as an ordinary table at such command. Then the poor young man saw that his table had been changed. He was covered with shame at having to stand there before them like a liar. The guests made fun of him and beat him to death again. The guests made fun of him and had to return home without a bite or sup. Do you want some sup? Speaking of which, when are we having that pizza?
I don't know, after the stream.
We're gonna have a lovely pizza. We could stream the pizza.
Was during just the process of putting it in the oven and being done until like 20 minutes later?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The tailor took out his cloth and said once more to his tailoring, and the son started work again under a master joiner. Fuck me. The second son. What's this story called again? It's just
The wishing
It's just
table.
called the wishing table. What happened to the golden ass?
The goat's fucking dead. She's gone.
Since when was a goat referred to as an ass?
It's been a while. Like, I mean, they referred to donkey as an ass in the Shrek movie. I don't know, like, when they started using...
But a goat.
Yeah.
An ass?
Yeah.
I must have fucking gone over my head. What was this fucking story called again?
I mean, like, I don't remember when they first... I mean, I guess ever since goat... No, wait. Wait, I know they call donkeys asses. Why am I calling the fucking... Why am I calling donkey an ass? Like, god damn it, I'm having a stroke.
I'm asked Carmen, the left side of your face, do you smell burnt toast?
I can't smell.
Right.
Help. Meant donkey, but like... Why are they calling the goat an ass?
I don't know. Maybe it's just his red ass after getting fucking
Okay, I was
thrashing
thinking
from
of,
his dad.
I was thinking of a donkey, like,
They
half the time.
should really call it the red ass after the
Fucking Christ. God fucking damn it.
the curdle, the wishing table, and the fucking striking red
I think-
ass.
In my defense, Zio, I haven't slept in a while. I did take a nap. But
You spilt your tea, Cameron.
Listen.
The second son had apprenticed. Don't clean it with your sleeve, you
No.
heathen. The second son had apprenticed himself to a miller. Can't wait to see where this fucking goes. When his term of apprenticeship had expired, the miller said to him, "As you have behaved so well, I might take..." Yes? Was that just some noise?
Yeah.
Fucking...
It's just noises.
"I will make you a present of an ass. Here we go." I love how we were asking about the ass one sentence before it was explained to us. Fuck me. An ass. It is a curious animal. It will neither draw a cart nor carry a sack. "Of what use is he then?" asked the young apprentice.
That was a sentence.
What?
What did he say?
Of what use is he then?
Oh.
asked the young apprentice. "He gives gold."
That's hot.
That's why he's called the golden ass. You might need to clean it a bit.
Oh no.
If that's where this is going.
I don't like this story anymore. I don't like it. Oh no.
"He gives gold," answered the miller. "If you stand him on a cloth and say, 'Bricklebit.'"
That says Brickle Brit.
Right. Sorry, I wasn't aware of the correct pronunciation of fucking brittle brick. Okay, forgive me. It's not a word I commonly use within my linguistical fucking library.
You should. I'm gonna start like saying that.
Fucking. What was that fucking noise?
The Brickle Brit.
Fuck.
It's vibing.
Right.
Damn, fucking violent with that poor
Ah!
phone.
Ah!
Oh.
Gold pieces will fall from its mouth. A missed opportunity, admittedly.
It's just like coughing up stones.
Oh! Stop saying Bricklebit!
God damn it.
"That is a handsome present," said the young miller, and he thanked. Where the fuck's the goat gone? What the fuck was the goat doing?
Fuck the goat. The goat's dead.
"That is a handsome present," said the young miller, and he thanked his master and departed. After this, whenever he was in need of money, he would only say, "Bricklebit," and a shower of gold pieces fell on the ground, and all he had to do was pick them up. He ordered the best of everything wherever he went. I'd say that was the better prize than the table, because with money, you can buy anything. Of course, with food, you could trade it, but food rots. But money, especially gold. Gold is magical, you know, Carmen. Gold has
No,
properties that
Sam,
no
see,
other metal
like-
has. Gold
but
does
if
not.
the food
Gold,
rots,
gold,
it's just
not-
vintage.
gold doesn't get stained. Did you know that, Carmen? And gold is also the thing that when you heat it up hot enough, it actually becomes gaseous.
No, but see, if the food rots or whatever, you can pass it off as vintage. There was this one dude, it was like a furry or something, and he had vintage canned food from the 70s.
How much did it go for, though, Carmen? How valuable was it?
I don't know, he ate it, and I think he has like cancer.
Okay, where?
It's amazing that he's not fucking dead.
I wasn't expecting that. That's the biggest shock. That's not the ending I thought that story was gonna go.
I need to see what that lad man person is up to. Like, I don't know if you can call that a person at that point. He's very frightening. If someone knows who I'm talking about, I'm so sorry.
We are not finding it out today. Jesus.
Fuck you, I am.
Who the fuck is James Van Diver? Jesus. Thank you for the good work. Thanks for the series thus far. Call me back because I love everything you've made. Ah, bless you. Thank you. I do my best. Satellite City's not perfect. A lot of it is just an excuse for me to test things and get better at what I do so I can actually write good shit for once. But, you know, thank you. You can't be good at something until you first shit at something, you know? In order to become good at something, you've got to be shit. And Satellite City is sort of like my journey from shit to good. So I'm getting there, I
I
think.
enjoy it.
Thank you. We'll read all the super chats.
There's a decent amount.
There is. What the fuck am I up to? God, what a fucking astonishing entertainment is this? Brickle fucking Brit, and the shower gold pieces fell to the ground, and all he had to do was pick them up. He ordered the best of everything wherever he went. In short, the dearer the better, for his purse was always full. He had been... Beauty of the Bass has sent me a message, and I will reply to Beauty of the Bass. Why do I say bass? I made fun of you for that. It's Beauty of the Bass, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Beauty.
Bass like music instead of the fish.
Forgive me.
Bass tastes nice though.
His purse was always full. He had been going around the world like this for some time when he began to think he should like to see father again. God. When he sees my golden ass, he said to himself.
I'm 5.
He will.
I'm a fucking toddler.
When he sees my golden ass, he said to himself, he will forget his anger and be glad to have me back. So he can fucking turn it red again. What
I
is...
don't like this story.
This story's violent. Right. Forget his anger and be glad to have me back. It came to pass that when he arrived one evening at the same inn in which his brother had the table stolen from him, he was leaning his ass up to the door when the landlord came out and offered to take the animal. But the young miller refused to sell. "Do not trouble yourself," he said. "I will take my own grey goat myself to the stable and fasten her up, as I like to know where she is." The landlord was very much astonished at this. The man cannot be very well off. He thought. To look after his own ass. Yeah? Are we all fucking following this so far? I hope to fucking Christ someone is. When the stranger, therefore, pulled 2 gold pieces out of his pocket and ordered the best of everything that could be got from the market, the landlord opened his eyes, but ran off with the... Jesus.
Someone had asked if you were talking about Yeshua's ass, and I just want to, I'm guessing that they just entered the stream.
No,
we're talking about a goat, and then the goat died, and then it was a table that could, magically introduce
There's a lot of shit going on. To do his bidding. Having finished his meal, the stranger asked for his bill, and the landlord, thinking he might safely overcharge such a rich customer, asked for 2 more gold pieces. The miller felt in his pocket, but found that he had spent all his gold. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is a rich prick now. Wait just a moment, he said to the landlord. I will go fetch some more money from my arse.
I'm fucking done.
No, Carmen. Don't leave me.
No. Fuck this book.
I love this book. We're going to read through the whole thing. Not tonight. But we will eventually read through this. My goal is to get to Rumpelstiltskin.
This book is making me feel some things, and all these things terrify me.
Whereupon he went out, carrying the tablecloth with him. This was more than the landlord's curiosity could stand, and he followed the guest out to the stable. As the latter bolted the door after him, he went and peeped through a hole in the wall, and there he saw the stranger, spread the cloth under his arse, and heard him say, "Brittle Brit." And immediately the floor was covered with gold pieces, which fell from the animal's mouth. At least he thought it was the animal. At least he thought it was the mouth, but it was dark.
No.
It sounds like he just went in there and took his shit.
No. Like,
One moment while I fetch my...
if anything good came from this book, at least I learned the word Bricklebrit. Or learned that is apparently an actual word. I've never heard that before.
Britain?
I call you a Bricklebrit.
Thank you. Alright. Fuck. fuck's sake. A good 1,000, I declare. Ooh. Yeah, we'll go through the super chats. They're piling up now. A good 1,000, I declare, cried the host. The gold pieces did not take long to coin. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to have a money bag like that. The guest settled his account and went to bed. Damn. The guest settled his account and went to bed. Did he not question that?
No one's questioning shit in these books.
What time is it?
All I know is I have a lot of questions.
We're about to get like even more questions going.
Oh no.
The guest settled his account and went to bed. During the night, the landlord crept down to the stable and led away the gold. Fuck's sake, man! The gold coining ass and fastened it. Carmen, this is not funny. This is history. You can laugh at history all you want, Carmen.
Fuck history.
Early the next morning, the young miller went off with his ass, thinking all the time that he was leading his own. By noonday, he had reached home, where the father gave him a warm welcome. "What have you been doing with yourself, my son?" asked the old man. God, this conversation's going to be gold, let me tell you. "I'm a miller, dear father," he answered. What have you brought home? And what have you brought home with you from your travels?" "Nothing but an ass, father." I knew it.
God damn it. Why am I 12?
"There are asses enough here," said father. "I should have been better pleased if it had been a goat." I think we've had enough fucking goats on this farm. Huh?
Goat's dead.
Very
They
like.
shouldn't have goats.
Very likely, replied the son. "But this is no ordinary ass. This is an ass that coins money. If I say Bricklebrit to it, a whole sackful of gold pours from its... Can we get a bleeping noise?
That's not what the book says.
Where's my iPad? Fuck this. We're gonna have fun with this.
God damn it. I love that you just have that on standby.
Okay, here we go. "What have you brought home with you from your travels?" "Nothing but a father. There are enough here," said father. "I should have been better pleased if it had been a..." "Very likely," replied the son. "But this is no ordinary... It is a that coins money. If I say Bricklebrit to it, a whole sackful of pours from its..."
What are these fucking facial expressions you're pulling?
I'm just trying to fucking... I don't know, Carmen. We're having this on standby for the rest of the fucking stream.
Fucking bless.
"Call all your relations and friends together, and I will turn you all into rich people." Hello. "I shall like that well enough," said the tailor, "for then I shall not have to go on plaguing myself with stitching," and ran out himself to invite his neighbours. As soon as they were all assembled, the young miller asked them to clear the space. Fuck. I know where this is going. He spread his and
God damn it.
I forgot where I was up to.
Somewhere in there.
He spread his and brought his arse into the room. Now see," he said, and cried, "Bricklebrit," but not a single piece appeared. It was evident that the animal knew nothing of the art of gold coining, for it was not every arse that attained such a degree of excellence. As if that's something that's just, oh, good genetics, this one. 18 cat. This is a 12-carat bottom, I dare say. A 12-carat arse.
I love that fucking sentence.
It's all in good breeding. Can we just read that again?
Yes, please.
It was evident that not every animal knew nothing. It was evident that the animal knew nothing in the art of gold coining, for it is not every arse that attains such a degree of excellence. I want that on my fucking gravestone. The poor young miller pulled a long face, for he saw he had been tricked. He begged forgiveness of all his company, who all returned home as poor as they came. There was nothing to be done now, but the old man to go back to it. But for the old man to go back to his noodle, and the young man to hire himself to a miller.
I've made up my mind. I don't like anybody in this story. I was rooting for the goat, then I wasn't. Then I was kind of rooting for the sons. I was never rooting for the dad. The dad can like go play in traffic.
Old world traffic. Horses and carriages
Yeah,
alike.
fucking trampled by a horse.
A 3-horse team. The third son. Fuck me. We were watching the Game Grumps Sonic 06 playthrough. This feels like the literary version. I love this. I love Grimm's Fairy Tales, but this is like some amazing journey. I haven't read them since I was a child.
There's a lot of sentences in this that you can take out of context.
I love it, honestly. Where would we be without such historical landmarks? Rumpelstiltskin's the best, though. The third son had apprenticed himself to a tuner, which being a trade requiring a great deal of skill, obliged himself to serve a longer time than his brothers. He had, however, heard them by letter, and knew how badly things had gone for them, and they had been robbed of their property by an innkeeper on the last evening before reaching home. When it was time for him to start as a journeyman, his master, being pleased with his conduct, presented him with a bag, and so he did. Okay, do you want to take it over from this, because I need a piss.
You go do that. Let's see. How many pages is this?
I don't know. There shouldn't be much long. There shouldn't be much left. Like
No, it's like
yeah.
yeah, it's just a couple of pages. Wait.
Oh,
I will bite your hand.
go on then. I'm not afraid. Ow.
I don't give a shit. Ah, shit. Where was I? Can I go? Okay. For doggos and gravy, we're talking about a goat. I thought you only called donkeys asses, but no, you can do that with goats. I also learned a new word. It's bricklebrit. Him with a bag, saying as he did so, "You will find a cudgel inside. The bag I can carry over my shoulder, and it will no doubt be of great service to me. But of what use is a cudgel inside? It will only add to the weight." I don't fucking know. I don't know these words, dude.
Look at my finger, Carmen.
I'm a lit. I'm sorry. Listen.
Fucking.
God, I'm an asshole. I'm the goat. "I will explain," said the master. "If anyone at any time should behave badly to you, you have only say, 'Cudgel, out of this bag,' and the stick will jump out." I'm just like looking at this, but my peripheral vision is telling me to run. Okay, oh no. Okay, "If anyone at any time should behave badly to you, you have only one say, 'Cudgel, out of the bag,' and the stick will jump out and give him such a cudgeling that he will not be able to move or stir for a week afterwards, and it will not leave up."
Give me a second. I'm just
good?
looking. Yeah, you just keep reading. I'm just gonna look something up right now.
Okay. Alright, okay, Cudgel into the bag. The young man thanked him, hung the bag on the back of his back, and when anyone threatened to attack him,
I'm good. You just keep reading, Carmen.
what are you doing?
Just right. Okay.
What's that? I don't know how you say that fucking word.
Wait. Say it again.
Cudgel. Was that not?
Yeah, it is cudgel. I thought so.
I was just making sure.
You know what? I said it wrong like twice, and then I corrected myself, so, it's all good. Now it's just trying to figure out where the fuck I was. I feel fucking threatened.
You.
Okay. And no sooner were the words said, than out jumped the stick and beat the offender soundly
Fuck's sake, I chose the wrong time to get comfortable.
on the back till their clothes were in ribbons. And it did it all so quickly that the turn had come round to each of them before he was aware. God damn. It was evening when the young Turner reached the inn where his brothers had been so badly treated. Yeah, your brothers
Hey guys, wanna fucking steal my shit?
Your brothers were badly treated. He laid his bag down on the table and began giving account of all the wonderful things he had seen while going about the world. One may come across a wishing table, he said, or an ass that gives gold and such, like, semicolon. All very good things in their way, but not all of them could put together are worth the treasure of which I have possession, and which I carry with me in that bag. The landlord pricked up his ears. What can it be, he asked himself. The bag must be filled with precious stones. I must try and get a hold of that cheaply, too, for there is luck in odd numbers. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, I've heard the opposite.
I don't think that's how it works.
I think, what is it? 3 is the unluckiest number? Was that the lucky number 3? I heard, you know what?
I go with lucky number 7.
I've had
seven,
two people.
same.
I've had 2 people tell me stories about how 3 is unlucky and unlucky.
I go by, like, Schoolhouse Rock logic.
One of them broke his
So,
neck.
like, no! That's terrible!
I think the other one won a spelling contest or something.
The broken neck outweighs the
Yeah, I
fucking
think-
spelling bee. Jesus Christ. Bedtime came and the guest stretched himself out on one of the benches and placed his bag under his head for a pillow. As soon as the landlord thought he was fast asleep, he went up to him and began gently and cautiously pulling and pushing at the bags to see if he could get it away and put another in its place. But the young miller had been waiting for this, and just as the landlord was about to give a good last pull, he cried, "Cudgel!" out of the bag. In the same moment, the stick was out, and beginning its usual dance.
What?
It beat him with such a vengeance that the landlord cried out for mercy. But the louder his cries, the more lustily did the stick beat time to them until he fell to the ground exhausted. "If you do not give back the wishing table and the gold ass," said the young Turner, "the game shall begin over." What the fuck kind of game
Game!
is this?
Game!
What game is this?
What the fuck is this story, man?
Like, Jesus Christ.
The game shall begin again. What is this fucking jigsaw?
Okay. No, cried the landlord in a feeble voice. "I will gladly give everything back. If only you will make it that the dreadful demon of the stick return to the bag." Yeah, the stick. Yeah, I agree. "This time," said the Turner, "I will deal with you according to mercy rather than justice. But beware of offending in the like manner again." Then he cried, "Cudgel!" into the bag, and let the man remain in peace. That man is gonna die. The Turner journeyed on next day to his father's house, taking with him the wishing table and the gold ash. The tailor was delighted to see his son again and asked him, as he had with the others, what trade he had learned since he left home. I wouldn't go back to the father's house. "I am a turner, dear." I almost read that as dead. God damn it. Okay. "I am a turner, dear father," he answered. "A highly skilled trade," said the tailor. "And what have you brought back with you from your travels?"
This!
"No. An invaluable thing, dear father," replied the son. "A cudgel." "What? A cudgel?" exclaimed the old man. "That was certainly well worthwhile, seeing that you can cut yourself one from the first tree you come across." Okay. Yeah, I read that weird. "But not such a one as this, dear father. For, if I say to it, cudgel, out of the bag, out it jumps and gives anyone who has evil intentions towards me such a bad time of it that he falls down and cries for mercy. And now, that is with the stick that I got back from the wishing table and the gold ass, which the dishonest innkeeper stole from my brothers. Now go and call them both here and invite all your relations and friends, and I will feast them and fill their pockets with gold. I don't think it's... Maybe it'll go that way. I don't know. Okay. The old tailor was slow to believe all this, but nevertheless, he went out and gathered his neighbors together. Then the turner put down a cloth and led in the gold ass, and said to his brother, "Now, dear brother, speak to him." The miller said, "Bricklebrit," and the cloth was immediately covered with gold pieces, which continued to pour from the as's mouth until everyone had taken as many as he could carry. Okay, there's fucking, in quotes, "I see your faces that you are all wishing you had been there." No. Negative. I don't want to be here. Oh. Why? I'm just having a mental crisis because of this story.
I'm just fucking...
Okay.
I'm blown away by this.
And the turner brought in the wishing table and said, "Now, dear brother, speak to it." And scarcely had the joiner cried, "Table, serve up a meal." Then it was covered with a profusion of daintily dressed meats. Nice. Then the tailor and his guest sat down to a meal such as they had never enjoyed before in their lives, and they all sat up late into the night, full of good cheer and jollity. Okay. The tailor put away his needle and thread, his yard measure and his goose, and he and his 3 sons lived together henceforth in contentment and luxury. Their sons need to fucking bail. Meanwhile, what had become of the goat who had been the guilty cause of the 3 sons driven from their home? I will tell you. Thanks, book. Okay. She was so ashamed of her shaven crown that she ran and crept into a fox's hole. When the fox came home, he was met by 2 large glittering eyes that gleamed at him out of the darkness, and he was so frightened that he ran away. The bear met him and... Who the fuck is the bear?
Who the fuck's the bear?
Erica, come get your dog. Come get Beer. The beer met him, and perceiving that he was in some distress, said, "What the matter, brother fox? Why are you pulling such a long face?" "Ah," answered Redskin, "there is a dreadful animal sitting in my hole, which glared at me with fiery eyes." "We'll soon drive him out," said the bear, and he trotted back with his friend to the hole and looked in, but the sight of the fiery eyes was quite enough for him, and he turned... They just introduced a whole ass character in the next sentence. And he turned and took to his heels. The bee met him, and noticing that he was somewhat ill at ease, said, "Bear, you look remarkably out of humor. Where have you left your good spirits?" "It's easy for you to talk," replied the bear. "A horrid animal with red goggle eyes is sitting in the fox's hole."
Steve Merchant.
And we cannot drive it out. He's just like, "Who?" The bee said, "I'm really sorry for you, bear. I'm but a poor, weak little creature that you are scarcely dying to look at in passing, but for all that, I think I shall be able to help you." With this, the bee flew into the fox's hole, settled on the smooth-shaven head of the goat, and stung her so violently that she leapt high in the air, crying...
So the bee's dead?
Yeah, the bee's fucking dead. Nyan Nyan, and fled away like a mad thing into the open country. But no one to this hour has found out what became of her after that.
Right.
I need a moment to digest. Ethan, I don't fucking know who's who in this book either. I'm trying. It doesn't... It's also trying.
Come on.
Look at them geese.
Come on.
Yes.
Fuck did we just read?
SC Ramblings? I'll have no more tea. Damn.
I was not expecting that. I haven't read Grimm's fairy tales since my mum used read stuff like this to me as a kid, and even then it was like the faraway tree. It wasn't specifically Grimm's.
I learned nothing from this except for a new word. I'm gonna call Erica Bricklebrit. Oh shit.
I'm gonna read through the super chats.
Bricklebrit. Yeah.
Wow, Carmen, I just don't understand.
I'm just kind of letting it soak in.
Okay.
My little flop brain.
Wise Light with 7 with $2. Is she the voice of Lucy Layton?
No.
This is Carmen. She's called What the Flop on YouTube.
I don't do anything.
She is my girlfriend.
I just kind of vibe.
I found her, and I just sort of kept her. She likes food. She pretty much comes from this book.
Oh. I'm the goose. The little gosling.
Dark Hunter with $2.
Hi, Hunter.
Be a Chad and rap to the Golden Goose. We'll get fucking Dwayne to do that.
I think I'd have an aneurysm.
Yeah. Badger Bonfire with $1.99. I love this crossover episode. We're doing a crossover, Carmen.
I want the beach episode. I want to find a turtle.
Turtle. Stacey Morgan with $5 Canadian.
Canada's not real.
I thought Canada was like, what, Middle Earth?
What, Canada?
What Canada? Sam! I have a hand-carved custom aluminium YouTube wall play button. Just expect it. Okay. I didn't even know they still did those.
I have no idea. There was this one guy who just used to sing All Star, and then he ate Taco Bell off of his play button.
Is that safe?
Safe enough. He's not dead.
Oh. James Moore. It's better to get the Jack and Cola for this. Happy Valentine's Day, couples out
Valentine's
there.
Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Listen, I've had a day today. I won 2 Sonics, and I saw a Sonic movie, and I just read whatever the
We're gonna
fuck.
play Sonic Adventure.
Happy Valentine's Day, couples out there, and happy Friends Day for you single losers like me.
Don't call it Valentine's Day. Call it Palentine's Day. Why? You know it works.
Yeah, fine. You may re-enter the frame.
I'm trying.
Try harder, Carmen. Ah! Crimson Cat with $1.99. Heart. Thank you.
That's wholesome.
Jason Vasquez with $20. £20. Thank you. Hooray! To see you stream again. And with your love. Mwah!
God damn it.
My love.
Mom, come pick
Yes,
me up.
sweetie.
No. Fuck that
Also,
shit.
I heard pasty. Cornish. The Cornish in me just jumped out. Also, can we get a cheap... Well, I didn't even read that bit, but I guess we just fulfilled that. Can we get a cheek kiss to make this stream more wholesome, please?
That's gay, Dacer. You're not supposed to hold hands until marriage.
Carmen, hold my hand.
No, that's sinful. No.
Why were you so invested in that performance? The only time I've ever seen her more animated was when I poured a drop of her coffee out into the
You're
sink,
schooly for
and
that.
she ran at me and went, "No!"
Sam got mad at me because I was wanting to drink coffee, but it was 2 days too old.
Yeah, I wanted to make you a fresh one.
I can make my own coffee. I waste not.
So much love to you, Sam. Oh, this is Garrett Magu. Pronounce that.
Marquette? Because I think that's a Q.
What about that last bit?
Glafking? I don't know.
$25 Canadian. Much love to you, Sam, and all the actors and actresses in Satellite City. We are all family in this growing community. Well, we do our best. We certainly do our best. I thought I was going to burp then. I did. Macca's with £9.99. Carmen and a Sam. All at the same time. Impossible. What is this chaos and madness?
Mecca, Sam's been here for like 2 weeks.
I exist.
Me too.
I exist. Kristen Hall. I think we might have a similar story. Only I didn't have a name for them. I love your Kibblewhack characters. Looking forward to the book. Kristen Hall. Thank you very much. With $10. The book is basically where I'm able to see if I can actually apply all the lessons I've learned in writing Satellite City. The good thing about a book, the thing with Satellite City is, if ever I have an idea, it's like in my brain it looks like perfect, and then when I do it, either technology or time or even skill holds me back, and it's like I can't do it the way I want to do. But with a book, I've been having such a blast with it because it's exactly as I want it, because I'm only limited by my vocabulary. That's what's great about books. That's why I thought that's why my characters had to fully, be fully realized in book form first before anything else. That's one thing I learned when making Satellite City, is the fact that, it's great to test things out, characters, develop them, but, a book is like the sum of those parts, So we'll see how it goes, but thank you. Curry McDonald, nice winnings. Hope you had a wonderful day. We're gonna have pizza later as well.
Hell yeah.
And we're gonna watch some Father Ted.
Would you like some tea, Father?
Tea, Father.
Tea. Tag yourself on Mrs. Doyle.
Curry McDonald again with $5. Last amount wasn't enough, so have more. Enjoy. Toast. You two are fun together. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Crypt the Creature, still a great name. How long does an animation typically take to make? It depends on how long. It depends on the pressure. Necessity is the mother of invention. It's also the mother of get this fucking done.
10 minutes.
Like, I don't know. It really depends on my motivation. If I really have to, like that, the thing I did for the Nostalgia Critic, I had 17 days to animate and render that. So I had to produce like 5 minutes, 6 minutes of animation in a really short amount of time. I had to really fucking get that done. So when I'm under that stress, I can fire things out. When I have a bit more time, I like to spend a bit. Ooh, hello. I like to spend a bit more time on things. It's always preferred. The longer, the conversation between Fleischer and Shuck or Dalton, the most recent video I did, that was 2 weeks, just on that 1-2 minute section. That took almost as long as the entire 5-minute trial sequence, and that's why I think it looked a lot better, because I had time to actually focus on the little details, and I wanted to take it slow, and that's why it took 2 weeks. It just depends, on various factors, but
I see a lizard black rose. Her
What?
art is really nice. She was
What's-
just like, oh my god, hi. Lizard, your stuff is really good.
hello,
And I
lizards.
love.
Greetings.
It's all blocky and it's good.
Say Crawford with $2. Looking forward to reading your book when it comes out. Me too. Random question. Once you finish your book, will you release an audiobook of you reading it? I believe it would be interesting. I love your work. I do want to do an audiobook. Maybe not with me reading it. Maybe with me reading it. I don't think I have a very good reader's voice.
It's beautiful.
But that's just because it's me. No one likes the sound of their own voice. I don't necessarily dislike the sound of my own voice, but I don't think it's like the best that I could go with.
Dwayne has an old voice.
Dwayne, Angela, these people, they've sort of got the gravitas,
Like,
and then James Van Diver with $150. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work. Thank you for the series thus far. I love everything you've made. Well, thank you very much. We'll put that to good use. Bad motivations. Nothing quite matches the nonsense fairy tales and fables come up with. Beautiful. Much agreed. Kristen Hall. I hope the video stays internet is spotty.
To be fair, everything's like unlisted.
Yeah.
If you have a link, you're good to go.
I think they were just talking about the stream thing.
Yeah.
I think their internet was just a bit bad. Anyway, Stacey Morgan, I've made 6 aluminium YouTube button title belts. When is for you? Come check them out and pick one. Oh, you make belt? Oh. Again, is that still? Oh shit. Mutterwolf. Oh fuck! All right, we gotta get through these. Damn.
Doesn't lie.
Thank you. We'll. Jesus, I feel bad. Okay, here we go. Blue Drake 121. What is even happening? Golden ass. Enchantment tables. Lustfully derobing. What does that say?
Derobing?
Derobing sticks.
Derobing.
Oh, that word up. I want to add that to my vocabulary because I have not seen that word before. Oh, it's not a word. Well, we're just
I mean, just be derobing, but just with an
derobing.
extra E.
Thank you, Blue Drake. I'm gonna create. If that word doesn't exist, it does now. Joska Dunkley, what is your favourite wizard swear? I don't even know the word wizard swear. Cunt is my favourite swear in general, but then fuck is also versatile. I don't know. Favourite wizard swear would probably be something like, it might be brittle Brit, if that's a swear word. It is now.
I don't know if that's a swear word.
You fucking brittle Brit.
I like the dolphin noises from that one SpongeBob episode. Those are my favorite swears.
How did they go again?
I can't replicate them. I am a simple flop.
Yeah. Destiny is lucid. Dreamt Winifred scared you into spilling tea on yourself when you hit 1 million. If you won't make it happen, then I will. And it will be poorly made. Bless. I love the way you pronounce my name, thank you. Gerrit Magoos. Magoos. Thank you for your $5 Canadian. Then we have Kristen Hall again. Smile. You're never fully dressed with that one. Sam. I think I look weird when I smile.
I have resting bitch face.
I have resting concerned face. I'm just like, huh? And then Mutterwolf Garou. I've really enjoyed the videos and will look forward to the book. Please do more Satellite City. Also, the wall videos were great.
Awesome.
Thank you. I think people got pissed off with the wall review.
People were not happy.
but that wasn't my review. I just did my job at the end. I'm happy with the fact that what I got done in 17 days. I think I did alright. I think I did my bit.
17 days is pretty impressive.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. I like the wall. I tried to fucking get that across in my little section with like the characters sort of speaking up for it, but then people sort of got confused by that because then they're like, oh, but then it's contradicting the points that Doug made, and it's like, yeah, but the characters are supposed to be speaking there. I give up.
Fuck it.
Never mind.
Fuck that shit.
Anyway, thank you. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, Satellite City is still. I still do Satellite City. They're just smaller. The Satellite shorts that I do are still Satellite City installments. It's just. Is your back okay?
My back has issues.
Well, shit. We need to go to the chiropractor. We need to put you on the rack.
No, I don't want to go to the range.
Anyway, Satellite City. Maybe like what a lot of people don't know this, but like when I was first doing Satellite City, even during the Top Brass episodes, I didn't even know that the Kibawak wasn't a thing back then. These creatures were just creatures, and I didn't even know where the fuck they were from. I was still busking it. Satellite City really helped me learn how to write characters and how to approach topics and how to do things.
It was my first experience with characters like of longevity. Like, these characters have got to stay interesting for the next few years. How am I going to do that? You know, and so a bunch of characters that sort of started off as, you know, this is the quiet one, this is the innocent one, this is the, you know, intelligent one, this is the crazy one. Over the course of the 2-3 years I've been doing it, I've sort of learned to, like, okay, well, maybe this guy's just a bit chill, maybe this guy's a coward, maybe she's more philosophical than we know, maybe they've got opinions. And over the course of the 3 years I've been doing Star City, I learned pretty much how to write. And that's why, you know, I started working on the book, because it's like, okay, well, let's see if I can actually apply what I've learned in the form of a coherent story for once. Because Satellite City is not a coherent story. It is a sketchbook, basically. A sketchbook that everyone can enjoy. It's, you know, it's a journey that I will continue to sketch in, and we'll see where it goes. Why don't you believe in God? I've got no problem with religion, honestly. One of my best friends, Dwayne, he believes in, you know, religion and all that stuff. But the only reason I don't is just because I wasn't raised to, and, you know, there's just no evidence for it that I find convincing. I'm not opposed to the idea, you know.
I like the idea of an afterlife.
If God comes down and says, like, "What's up, fuckers?" then I'll be like, okay, fair enough. You got me there. You've got me. It's just the way I was raised. But I've got nothing against spirituality. A lot of my best friends are spiritual people. Dwayne is you know...
Dwayne's a good lad.
You know, we talk about it all the time. Just because you don't have the same beliefs, you shouldn't be enemies, you know. When I was younger, I really had it out for religion, just because of, like, in school, our teachers were a bit heavy with it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna burn."
I got told that before.
Yeah, and so, like, when I was like 17, 18, 19, I was like, fuck religion.
I got told by one of my old friends' moms that I was a bad influence on her friends. So I watched The Simpsons.
Yeah, but, like, over the few years, I've just been like, whatever.
Their family's like a cult.
It's got cultural impact, and I think it means well. I think that's important. Religion means well.
It gives people comfort.
Yeah, I think that's fine. So, like I said, I'm not against it. I'm just like...
However, if you fucking read the Bible...
Yeah.
I decided to read the Bible whenever I was in high school because, like, I'm from the South, and the South is the Bible Belt. And then it's just kind of like, oh, shit. Don't derive your morals from this. They like slavery and rape and sacrificing little goats. To be fair, the goat and the Grimm's fairy tale.
Alright, okay, okay, here we go.
Fucking yoked.
Let's approach this. Here we go.
What's that?
It's the thing. I'm alright with the religion, he says, as he treats everyone in his Bionicle Revolution project like shit because they won't subscribe to his views. Okay, right. For those of you who don't know, my first attempt at telling a larger story was with a little fucking project called Bionicle Revolution, and I'd never written a full script before, and I was about 17, 18 when I wrote it, and I was, you know, I was a teenager and I didn't really know how to articulate my views in a story, you know, and I'd never been faced with criticism before when it came to, like, my work publicly, and so I took that really bad. I used to suck at criticism, and anyone who didn't agree with me was just wrong. And I was, you know, but that's where you got to start out. However, that was 3 years ago, you know, and since then.
You weren't allowed to develop as a person.
Well, since then, you know, I've learned a thing or two about, you know, taking criticism, and, you know, obviously you still get a bit like, a knee-jerk when you see it. But since then, you know, I've learned that criticism is like medicine. When it's with the correct prescription and dosage, it can help you get better. But if you take it all, you're gonna suffer. But you've got to listen to it. You've got to listen, at the very least, listen to it. So, you know, with regards to how I handled criticism and people who didn't agree with me in the past, yeah, I take the point. I could have been a bit calmer and a bit more fucking, you know, polite. But that's what life's about, isn't it? No one just pops out of the womb and is like, I'm wise.
I did.
Yeah, fuck you, Carmen. We can't all be you. You know, not everyone. We're not just born perfect. You've got to learn the hard way. You know, you've got to learn through experience, and that's, you know, and it can be bitter. And as I said earlier in the stream, before you get good at something, you first got to be shit. You know, and I tried to write a little project. I didn't do the research. I didn't pace it. I didn't want to listen to other people's ideas. I didn't want to fucking accept criticism. Because I wanted it to succeed. Because I was 19, I was 18, I was young. I wanted it to do well, obviously, you know. And then when Satellite City sort of got going, I thought, you know what, this other project, you know, I was like, well, you know, it's not as good as I thought it was. What I'll do is I'll just shelve it, put it away, and that's that. Turns out I pissed a lot of people off. Well, not a lot of people, but, you know, I pissed I pissed a few people off. And to those people, I'm sorry, you know, if I upset you. You know, I didn't, you know, the reason I wanted to make a fan film about that is because that license is what got me into animation, and I wanted to give something back. I wasn't aware of how deep the lore went, and halfway through I realized, oh shit, this is some deep stuff, and I haven't, you know, I just thought I could just do it, and I was wrong. I was wrong. So I binned it, and I thought, you know what, I'll just focus on my own ideas, and I did, and that's what that's what I'm doing. And even my own ideas, when they started, there's like, oh yeah, this isn't perfect, and, you know, work it out.
I feel like both sides at the time took things a little bit too seriously. To be fair, it's fucking Bionicle.
Yeah, I love it, and that
I don't know shit about Bionicle.
I love it, and I love that community, and I wish I could have done better, to be honest, because I really wanted to make something nice, and I was just sort of I was like too arrogant at the time. I was just like, nah, fuck you. I was fresh out of university, and I wanted to prove myself, and I just had the blinders on, and I just, you know, I wish I could have done better. But you know what? I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I sucked. Because if I hadn't have, you know, fucked up and written something so fucking, you know, obvious and, you know, fucking clunky script with this like edgy ass characters, then I never would have learned how to not do that. And Lucy Lacemaker, when she started, she was just like this psychopath with a wonky eye. And she became because I learned from all those mistakes. I thought, well, let's make her something a bit different. Let's make her philosophical. Let's make her analytical. Let's make her a politician, a judge. Let's make Dalton this chill guy.
I fucking love Shock.
You know, let's develop these fucking things. You know. And that's sort of like my journey with that. But fuck it. You know what I mean? You know, you're allowed, you know, it's like trial and error. Some people like to basically write things down in their first attempts, and they scrumple them up and throw them away, and they never get seen by the public, and they try and learn from that, and they can do that, and they do learn eventually, but slower.
Bit different when you have more eyes on you.
Well, when you've got a lot of eyes on you all coming at you with this criticism, and you handle it in a certain way, and you learn from the mistakes, you know, you sort of like learn a lot more in one go. That can suck, you know, but you learn, and I'm wiser for it. So yeah. I didn't kill anyone though.
What?
I didn't kill anyone though. At least I didn't murder anyone, Carmen. At least I'm not a murderer. Hey, Carmen.
You're giving me this look and I'm kind of scared.
Carmen.
I don't like this.
Carmen, come here, Carmen. Carmen. Goodbye, Carmen. No, it wasn't. Anyway, let's see what these other super chats were. Yeah. I'm new to watching YouTube animations that just started 2 years ago with Five Nights at Freddy's. Recently found out about you and already watched the series of most of your videos. I love Lucy's Papa and the wall bit. Great work. Thank you very much, Ryan Wakfu. Then Aluna Rose. If you can get all your characters you have right now on a pin, I'll buy them all at once just so it's easy to collect them. Yeah, we need to restock the pins. This fucking camera keeps sliding down. But yeah.
You should get like duct tape.
Yeah.
Get
I hope what I want Satellite City to be is like when I hopefully do have like a series of published books under my belt and people read them and they say, oh, this is, you know, they like them and they think this you know, these are some nice characters, this is a nice story, this is something that I can enjoy. I want people to be able to look back at Satellite City like a journey and see where it all came from, where these characters started.
People like that shit.
Yeah, the lessons that were learned along the way, and enjoy that too. You know. So.
I see a comment that says PewDiePie says stop.
PewDiePie.
Does he still do that?
To be fair, I haven't watched any. I mean, like, as a meme, it's more about the 9-year-old army. You should have Dr. Phil do meme review on your channel with Lucy.
Meme review. Oh Christ! So yeah, that was this stream. We read through some of this.
I'm gonna send pictures of some of the pictures in that to the Discord.
Please do. Look at that comment.
Where did they find this photo of me?
I love the oldie pictures. Yeah, that one. The sausage.
I fucking hate it. I'm gonna take inspiration of that. Yeah! Why does he have a fucking face?
The mouse, the bird, and why? Look how big the mouse is.
I think they're all just normal size.
No,
but
but
everything's just miniature.
Well, look how small the house is then. Imagine if they weren't miniature. Imagine walking in the room and just
Fuck
seeing
that. I think I would shit myself.
The same.
I'm just gonna send that to the Discord. I'm not gonna have any context. Ah, shit, I got added.
You got outed. Corey McDonald, I need a copy of that book. It's Grimm's Fairy Tale. It doesn't really have like a specific subtitle, but
It's put it in memes.
it says Adeline House, Bedford, London, first published edition in 1901, reprinted 1905, 1909, 1912, 1922, 1930, and 1936. So I assume this is a 1936 one just because. Oh, it has all the other previous dates on it, Carmen.
What?
What?
That was a language.
Alright. I'm gonna win this.
Discord link in the description is expired.
Oh shit. We'll update that.
Yeah, and Julie changed that up.
Yeah, we'll update that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll be working on an animation at some point, a new thing, and I'll obviously be keeping work done on the book. And so yeah. What's that?
I'm pulling up a thing.
You pulling up the stream?
Yep.
You pulling up the stream? Why?
Because I have the power. I have the power.
Pulling up the stream on the stream, Carmen?
Yes.
Why?
I have the power, Squam.
Well, Carmen, say goodbye.
Wait, Wait, no.
No, to the chat. To the chat, Carmen. It's okay. Say goodbye to the chat.
Bye.
Pass me my sword, Carmen.
You can get the sword.
Oh, I forgot where my sword is. I'll just threaten you with this cup instead.
I'll tell Haley.
Haley's in the fucking pot, so... Do you want to get out the pot, Haley? That's a damn shame.
She's just gonna be like, come in.
She's going in the pot.
Bye, Haley.
What happened to the Yeshua video we're working on? I am still working on that. I'm still working on that. Well, happy Valentine's Day, Carmen.
That's gay. That's hella gay. Squam, will you be my Valentine? Will you be my Valentine today on Valentine's Day? On Valentine's Day? Is that a thing that you will